What would you do if the man you're falling in love with carries the face of the man who killed your sister? In a quiet village in Nigeria, a beautiful young woman welcomed a new NYSC copper with a smile. But behind that smile was a deadly plan. She didn't want love. She wanted revenge. And what happened next changed an entire village forever. The bus groaned as it stopped at the dusty junction of Umuade village. Chinedu adjusted his NYSC khaki cap and stepped down, holding his small traveling bag. The afternoon sun was shining and harsh, and children gathered around him immediately. "Copper! Copper, don't come," they shouted happily. Chinedu smiled and waved. He had heard stories about rural postings, no light, no network, no comfort. But he didn't mind. He wanted adventure. He wanted impact. He didn't know that Umuade was waiting for him for a different reason. The village head welcomed him warmly. He was posted to teach English and mathematics at the community secondary school. The staff were friendly, though the principal looked at him with strange seriousness. "Young man," the principal said quietly, "be careful how you live here. This village remembers everything." Chinedu laughed it off. That evening, as he walked back to his lodge, he saw her. She was standing beside a mango tree. Tall, beautiful, calm eyes, dark braided hair resting on her shoulders. Their eyes met. She smiled first. "My name is Ada," she said softly. And from that moment, something changed. Ada was kind. She brought him food the next day, hot jollof rice with fried fish. "For welcoming you to our village," she said. Chinedu was surprised. "You don't have to." "It's nothing," she insisted. From that day, Ada became a regular visitor. She helped him fetch water when the tap dried up. She showed him secret shortcuts in the village. She laughed at his jokes. The village women began whispering. They knew Copper and Ada. But Chinedu was careful. He respected her. He never crossed the line. He didn't know Ada had crossed a line long ago. 3 years before Chinedu arrived, another NYSC copper had been posted to Umuade. His name was Connor. Connor was charming, handsome, smooth-talking. Ada's younger sister, Amora, was only 18 then. Innocent, dreaming of becoming a nurse. Connor promised her love, promised marriage, promised Lagos life. Then Amora became pregnant. When she told Connor, he panicked. Within 1 week, he disappeared from the village. His phone switched off. His lodge empty. Amora cried every night. The shame was too much. She refused abortion. "I will keep my baby," she said. But the stress broke her. One night, heavy bleeding started. Before they could reach the hospital in town, Amora died. Ada watched her little sister's lifeless body carried into the house. Something inside her died too. That day, Ada made a promise. No NYSC copper will ever leave this village smiling again. So when she heard another copper was coming, she prepared. She smiled at Chinedu the first day. She studied him. She planned. She would make him fall in love. She would make him trust her. Then she would destroy him. But Chinedu was not Connor. He was different. He refused to sleep in her house when she invited him one evening. "It won't look good," he said respectfully. He advised her to continue her tailoring business. He taught free evening classes for village children. He even helped repair the broken school library shelves. Ada began to feel confused. Why was he kind? Why was he not like the other one? She pushed the thought away. Revenge has no emotions, she told herself. One evening, Ada visited him with a small nylon bag. "I cooked for you, the soup I told you earlier," she said. Inside was egusi soup and pounded yam. She had mixed a white powdered substance into the soup earlier that day. Her hands had trembled when she bought it. Rat poison. This is for Amora, she whispered. Chinedu smiled gratefully. Thank you, Ada. You're too good to me. For a moment, guilt stabbed her heart. But she hardened herself. Eat it, she thought. What Ada didn't know was that earlier that afternoon, one of the village boys had seen her at the small chemist shop buying poison. The boy told Chinedu quietly, "Corper, be careful of that girl. She buys something strange today." Chinedu didn't believe it at first. But he decided to be cautious. Ada stepped out briefly to answer a call outside his room. Chinedu quickly switched the soup plates, pouring the suspicious soup aside and replacing it with one he had prepared earlier. The poisoned soup sat untouched under his bed. He returned and began eating slowly. Ada watched intensely. Her heart pounded. He swallowed. Nothing happened. He smiled. "It's delicious." She froze. Minutes passed. Nothing. Her breathing became heavy. "What is happening?" she whispered to herself. Suddenly, Chinedu stood up calmly. "Ada," he said quietly, "why did you want to kill me? I am the only child of my parents." The spoon fell from her hand. She stood up quickly. "What are you talking about?" He brought out the container hidden under the bed. "I didn't eat the soup you brought." Her face turned pale. The room was silent except for her trembling breath. "I know about your sister," Chinedu continued softly. Tears filled her eyes instantly. She fell to her knees. "I watched her die," she screamed. "I watched my little sister bleed because of someone like you." Chinedu remained calm. "I am not him." "You are all the same," she cried. "You come here, you take advantage of poor girls, then you run away." He shook his head gently. "I didn't touch you. I respected you. I respected this village." Ada sobbed uncontrollably. "I wanted you to feel what we felt. I wanted your family to cry like we cried." She covered her face. "But when you smiled at me, when you helped the children, I started doubting." She looked up at him. "Why didn't you report me?" Chinedu sighed. "Because revenge won't bring your sister back." Silence filled the room. Footsteps suddenly echoed outside. The chemist and two village youths entered. "We know what she did," one shouted. They had followed her earlier, suspicious. Ada lowered her head, ready to be dragged away. But Chinedu stepped forward. "Stop." They looked at him in shock. She made a mistake. But she has suffered enough. "Corper, she wanted to kill you," one man said angrily. "Yes," Chinedu replied calmly. "But hatred already killed one person in this village. Let's not let it kill another." The room went quiet. Ada looked at him with disbelief. You forgive me," she whispered. Chinedu nodded. "I forgive you." Tears streamed down her face freely. "I don't deserve it." "Maybe not," he said gently. "But your sister deserves peace." Weeks passed. The story spread quietly, but no police case was filed. Ada withdrew from everyone for a while. But slowly, she changed. She began volunteering at the school. She spoke to young girls about self-worth. She shared her sister's story, not for revenge, but as warning. Chinedu completed his service year peacefully. On his last day, the village gathered to celebrate him. Ada stood at the back, silent. After the ceremony, she approached him. "I came to say thank you," she said softly. "For what?" "For not becoming another reason for me to hate." Chinedu smiled. "Live well, Ada. That's enough." As the bus drove him away from Umuade, Ada stood at the junction again. But this time, there was no hatred in her eyes. Only healing,